Hello, it is me, BJ Shax, and today I am going to start building my jungle base. It took a while since the tour, but that's because I just was trying to figure out how exactly I want it to be. I have decided to make it like a sort of tent city, sort of like a founding, like a freshly settled town with a path that goes along the river or the lake or whatever it is there. So there is some stuff I need to do, but before really getting into it, I am going to go there with my new rail line, which I built in between the tour. Oh, I've already got a minecart in there. Okay, right, let me break this and enjoy this cinematic of me riding the minecart to the place of the project. This right over here is where I'm going to be building, or it's the main bits of the building. I probably still need to clear a little bit of land, but this is where it's probably going to be. This is the start of it, at least. It is a nice little area. Can't see the skyscraper over there. You can't actually see my main base though. There's a bridge. You can see the underwater bit of the tunnel there. So around here, I'll try to map it out for you. Around along here is where my pathway is going to be. The boardwalk, I think it's called. I think that's what they call it. Let me get rid of that sand. And then probably have along that some sort of pier along somewhere in the boardwalk, maybe going out this way around here, and then some tents back here, just as like a little start. Maybe eventually it could be the pool side with, if I could add that armor stand plugin from Hermitcraft, I can make it a lot of crime, stuff like that. Just the pool side of town compared to a more built up, luxurious sort of, but it's the jungle, so like how luxurious is it really? It definitely not as like rich as like the city, but anyway, you know what I mean. So the main thing I need to get is the wool, but at the moment my sheeps aren't dyed the right color. I think it's like the orange and blue or brown or something. I don't even know what colors. I'm going to go through the nether, which is way quicker than using the train. Okay, sheep have been breaded and sheared. There's still a lot of shearing to go though. It's 24 wool. I need to get way more. I had to go back to the jungle to get cacao beans for the brown dye, which is going to be the color of the tents. And then I realized I already had cacao beans, so that was kind of a waste. Okay, so I'm in my creative world right now, and I just want to show you some of my designs from the builds, but this is the design I've gone for the boardwalk. It's so 3 blocks of jungles, and on this block some trapdoors, this log with a slab on top, and I think it looks cool. It's not like the best design, it's not groundbreaking, but it's okay. And this is my tent design. It is just a basic tent, just found it on similar design on Google, copied it. Okay, as I was showing you my creative world, I gathered some of the resources I'll need for at least the first. I think this should be enough. This shows you what I'm gonna do. Maybe I need some cobble. Let me go get that. So there we go. That should be everything. Few stacks of wool, bit of jungle wood, and cobblestone. So now, because I don't want to take the long journey through the rail line, I'm just gonna go on the nether. And I'm just start building the path. It's one level higher. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just going to place the jungle planks where I want the path to be go around. So I'm just gonna get to doing that, and yeah. Okay, so I have finished this boardwalk. It's not a large section, it's just a little bit. I think it looks good. I think it's not like the greatest build ever built, but like it's still good, I think. And I think it suits what I'm planning this build to be nicely. You can just see the tunnel from my rail over there. So I think the next thing I want to do is to clear out some more trees to make room for the tents. I think that's probably the next thing I need to do. This tree needs to get. I'll start chopping this tree now, and I'm just going to have a cut. Okay, trees have been cleared. I also cleared some land. This seems like a pretty good area to build some tents. Not going to be too many tents. This isn't going to be a long video, and I hope this isn't long. Anyway, we'll see if there's a few more things I want to do. But I'm planning this to be sort of just a rundown the poor side of town along the coast, just where the drug addicts are, and then more that way you have the more luxurious, sort of more less poor, probably still drug addicts, but probably make more money and is nicer area. And it could even more include like trees, some different tree houses along the tree line. But I think this area also fishing as well. I'm planning a pier here. I think I'll get to that later in the video, but yeah, first I'm going to start building the tent, one of the main bits of the video, I think, maybe, possibly, could be. So yeah, let me get building that. Okay, so I built a few tents. It did not use as much wool as I thought it would. There's overestimates from me, but I built 3 different tents. I had to clear out some more land. That made that ugly. I've got a plan for that. Just wait for me to tell you the rest. So 3 different tents here. Cleared out some land there and there. And then I added this campfire. There's a seat here, and then there's the grass. But at the end of the day, it is basically like drug addicts pop up area. No real thought gone into the planning. At least there would have not been thought when let's say the drug addicts placed a campfire to sit around. There's 3 tents and 4 seats, so maybe 2 people live in 1 tent. I don't know. Maybe I just build a 4th tent. Maybe it's just 4 seats because it looks good. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, my next thing I want to do is I actually want to build a wall here. It'll go here to here, and I have like a railing and a path which goes up, probably up and down, and then there could be other paths that go through and to the other parts of this town, this base, this project, this city, whatever it is. I don't know. Yes, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it just because I don't want too many time lapses, but if I do a quick little spin, and it's done. It doesn't look great. The base isn't done, by the way, just this wall. Anyway, it looks okay at the moment. This path goes nowhere, but I do plan it to extending out that way there, maybe even this way there. And there's also just going to be a path which goes along here and follows this water. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to place some beds in here just so it looks like people have lived in here. I do want to get these sort of decorated interior. I already had the beds. I crafted them just then between the 2 cuts. It was a cut. That's how I teleported. I have super teleporting abilities. Whoa! Anyway, okay, I started building it without recording, but I'm starting to build the pier. I don't know how far I want to get into. It's going to be 3 blocks wide, the railing just being trapdoors, and then this post. So it's basically going to be this design just into the ocean. I've also stripped this. I'm going to leave that one stripped and the others unstripped as I finish building. By the time I finish building, I'll have an answer of what I would rather, which post I'd rather. I did also accidentally film the outro before building the pier because I'm an idiot. I'll cut when it's done. Okay, so the pier has been built, and I decided that just to keep the logs normal, so I broke them down and replaced them as normal jungle logs instead of strips. Then I crafted them into wood, but that's not really important. The pier looks good. It sort of flows pretty nice. I think from this path, I removed just one of these barriers, this far one, to make the pier. It was the plan all along. It just makes it much more smooth. Otherwise, you would have like this here, and then there'll be like one with 2, and I think just it's more symmetrical. It's more symmetrical, I think. But anyway, so just a quick overview on that of what we've done. We started off by going to this area, clearing out some land. Then we built these tents. Then we built this wall as well. But before that, I think we built this boardwalk. That was the first, and then the other stuff I mentioned. And then lastly, I nearly forgot, but we built this pier here, which I think is a pretty good start. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It has been me, BJ Shax. Goodbye.